Today I'd like to document the process of renovating these two features here. What they are ash doors. Well, this is it all burnished up with a wire brush, and it's looking pretty good, isn't it? And here's the one that I started on with you here today. And again, it's just sweet, isn't it? Just sweet. Look at the text. Briggs, Barrow, the screw heads, the dome head rivets, the BC, the number, I've talked about that. These sort of like hinge strap details. We've even got like, you see that shaping there, that finial? That's just gorgeous, isn't it? I mean, that is moulder's art. It makes it something, doesn't it? It really does. Craftsmanship. Lovely. Yeah, so I think when I next switch on, it'll be with paint. It'll be with paint. What a lovely job. Now it's a white spirit based paint I shall be using. So I'm just degreasing it with white spirit. Get off any grease or anything. Preparation. Frog tape, so dripping paint doesn't sully the stone sill. If it runs and drips is what I mean, you know, before it dries and sets. So this is Rust-Oleum Combi colour. Direct to rust. Colour code RAL, that's Romeo Alpha Lima 6005. I didn't want to blur the detail of the lettering of the features, so you might have seen me there thinning it down. And there I did it in the ratio of 5 paint and 2 white spirit, and it might be too thin now actually, but it was a starter for 10, you know. I intend to do 2 coats on these anyway, so to start off timorously isn't a bad thing. I'll come back with a slightly better ratio next time around, or I might have confidence just to use it straight as it comes from the tin. We'll see. As to the colour, this is empirically derived, and I mean that literally. For a couple of years I went on a quest, like Bilbo Baggins. Oh, you wouldn't believe it, would you? No mates, you see. This is what you get up to when you've got no friends at all. So I literally walked up and down scores of back streets. Scores, no lie. And I literally saw hundreds, or let's say over 100 for sure, placements. Now, not all placements are still there. Some have got the door missing. Some have got the door and the frame missing. And there's just a hole bricked up behind. Some have been riven out completely and just bricked up like there was no trace. But the object of this quest, of course, was to discern the original colour of these things. I sort of thought, yeah, what would they be? And you know, I was kind of hoping, for no particular reason, I was sort of imagining, because it's a shipbuilding town, that they might be battleship grey. Another notion was, is it the blue and cream for the Barrow Raiders? Is that right? I'm not much of a field sport, you know, a football-y kind of person, or rugby, whatever it is. It's not a cricket team, is it? I'm joking. Or am I? Yeah. And in some cases, you know, in a very few cases they had been overpainted and maintained. I did actually see one which was battleship grey. Another colour I thought would be cool if I had a free choice on it was like English Heritage Brown. You know, like when you're driving along you see a sign, English Heritage or National Trust, it says Castle or Abbey, you know, that kind of thing. I thought that'd be good if that's how it turned out, but it didn't. In any case, to derive a proper authoritative answer, I had to start making notes, didn't I? Yeah. So, out of 72 existing instances that I made a note of by what colour they were, often you could look back and you could see, oh, that tar black colour that someone's painted over it, there's a bit missing, and underneath you can see another colour, and then underneath that again you can see what might have been the base colour. In some cases, of course, you just couldn't bloody tell what it was originally. But out of that 72, 46 of them, okay, that's just straight up. I can show you my notebooks, literally I can. 46 of those 72 defaulted back, layer by layer, with vestigial remnants left on the, I don't know, under the crack here, where the surround aperture is, or on the hinge pin, or somewhere like that. They defaulted back to a green. Yeah. You know, you thought, well, they come from the foundry. If they're painted at all, they might come in sort of like matte black or something, like stove blacking, or red oxide primer. But no, green. Green it was. So then, of course, there's the issue of, well, hang on. A kind and a noble associate of mine said, as it happens, what am I doing? I don't want to paint brickwork, do I? Distracted with spinning this yarn. It's not a yarn, it's a true story. A kind and noble associate of mine, who happens to come from Scotland, he said that the Glasgow council stuff up his way, when he were a lad, was green. So I began to think, well, at least that's a possibility. Or shall I say, it's not unrealistic to suppose that it is or would be a green. So then I thought, well, whatever hue of green you currently see now in these placements where I could see it, it's as often as or not had 150 or 140 years of sun bleaching, weathering. What kind of green would it have originally been? And then I hit upon the notion, and in fact I did see it in a few places, in those sort of like tucked in niches where the sun or weather doesn't really get to it much. Sort of like park bench green. And this is what we're using here. It's not called that, of course, but if you go down the park, you'll see like the you know, some of the little sheltery things, some of the park benches, some of the railings of this colour. I've got some photos, I might put them up in the video here as I'm gibbering away. And I thought, yeah, why is park bench green? I mean, why are park benches painted green at all? Why aren't they park bench red or park bench orange? Well, I don't know. Maybe green is sort of a municipal colour. In some or many places. So anyone who's got one of these in their back street or outside their house even, go and have a look, and if it hasn't been overpainted, you might find, you know, if it's in original spec as it were, you might find a vestigial remain of green somewhere on it, or if not on that one, then on one close by. So this is the first time I've seen this paint on a job. Let's see how. That's not bad, is it? It's a bit more glossy, but maybe this will be when it dries. Whether it was matte or gloss originally, I've no idea. But this is what it is. This is a gloss I'm using here. I don't know if you can get a matte or a satin. So there's the thing, and oh yes, another clue I thought was an absolute clincher, or at least sealed the deal for me once I'd come to all these determinations, and that was when you walk under Abbey Road alongside the railway, you know, that cut down, and the well, you know what I mean, the underpass. You go down steps or a ramp and come up the other side. Well, guess what colour the bridge metal work is under there? Yes, it is. It's kind of park bench green. So that would answer the question of what Marsh Street bridge perhaps ought to have been. The ironwork on that. That's what it was originally. I might go for an investigation sometime. See if we can do a DNA test on the paint. The paternity. Yeah. But anyway, I haven't. This is the first time anyone has seen a freshly painted one of these in park bench green livery. How's it shaping up? So you could say I've applied due diligence with regard to the colour and the number blank there as well. So that's the story on the colour. Which itself is a good little yarn, isn't it? I just transfer over to the other one. Yeah, so 46 out of 72 is a 64% certainty. And that's the best electoral mandate we've seen in Britain for about 100 years. So, how's it shaping up, do you reckon? Could grow on me. Yeah, no, I think it's looking good. I think it will look good, yeah. You know, seeing it for the first time anyone since, what did I say, 1886. Yeah. Hey, this is a voyage of discovery. It's almost as good as Tutankhamun, isn't it? The archaeological extrication or exposure of the details, these beautiful rivets, you know, it is. Yeah, I feel like Lord Carnarvon, that's what I do. I don't think there'll be a curse attached to this, so I hope not. Oh dearie gosh. So what I'm saying, I suppose, is that it's worth taking a pride in these things, because every one that gets stripped out, soon there'll be a case where you hardly see one in a street. And the story, which I've yet to tell you, like I said in another video, will be lost. So simple. You know, if you own a house that's got one of these in your backyard, get out there, sir, madam, do it. Why not? Beautify the spot. Make people ask the question. What are those things? Well, I'll tell you in the next video. But in brief, they're ash doors. Look at this. I'll do two coats, so you know. Another coat of green will go on another day, and then what I propose to do is come back with a little white brush and white paint and paint the figures in. Now I'm not suggesting that would have been how they were originally, of course, but I just want to make an extra embellishment in this case to kind of highlight these historical features, which might prompt some other people to say, hey, well that's relatively interesting. That's relatively interesting, and you know, and then maybe we'll see the attrition rate slow down or drop, perhaps, because these were significant and important for family life. I'll save all that for the next video, because it's fascinating. Yeah, it is. I'm going to have to make up a bit more mix.
Oh, they're coming up lovely.
Oh, what do you reckon?
I like them.
Yeah, so it's urban history, isn't it? Urban social history. That's what these things are. And once they're ripped out and gone, they're not there to prompt the question, what were they for? And all that, so. You can paint this paint straight onto rust, not loose rust, but you know, metal. Doesn't need an undercoat or primer. Well, so that's what it says. We'll see how it fares, won't we? What is it now? This is July 2024, so I'll do another coat, but to the person looking at this door in another 100 years' time, did the paint survive very well? Nearly done, look, nearly there.
Oh, that's not.
Oh, do you like it, sir?
Oh, it's green, isn't it? I mean, they must be old. I mean, they must have been there donkey's years. Old as me, probably.
I will suggest much, much older, sir.
Much, much older.
Does that make you feel young?
It does.
I'd say about 3 times your age.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Do you want to hear a little bit about the history?
Yeah, well,
5 minutes?
As long as it don't take too long, you know.
5 minutes or less. Do you live locally?
Yeah, just round the corner.
Yeah. Well, here we are then. First coat, as you saw. 5 paint to white spirit. Next time I might go for a stronger brew, as it were. But that's what they look like in green. A lovely pair. Now, how long have they been green? Well, Doctor, they started turning green soon after I started scraping them and wire brushing them. Well, therein lies your problem. You know, desist with the scraping and wire brushing, and we'll see how it goes. Alright, well, thank you, Doctor. I won't film the second coat, but I'll come back and put it back on film when I've starting to touch up the lettering, if I have any success with that at all. And then we'll see the finished jobby. Yeah, I'm liking it actually. I'm liking the green. Alright, pick up again soon. So this is what they both look like after they've had a second coat. It's a very dull day today, it doesn't do them justice. But I think it's well worth my while picking up the lettering and the numerals. What I'm going to try to do is to highlight the text in white. And I'm not suggesting, of course, that they were ever like this, but just because I'm trying to highlight these and their role in the social urban history, I just thought it'd be good to attempt to do that. So I've just got to choose which one I'm going to start on, and I've never done sort of like precise letter writing, painting before, so if I muck it up, I'll either just wipe it off with white spirit and a rag and start again, or just give up, because I don't want to, you know, I don't want to mar the job in any way. But we'll see how it goes. So I'll get set up and make a start on that. Well, let's see, have a look how I'm doing. Turns out, but it looks better from about 3 streets away than it does close up. And it also turns out that I'm better at the crayon size lettering rather than the little stuff. But even the crayon size stuff isn't really that pleasing to my eye. This is hard, you know. I'll show you in a minute. I've been using like a stick so I can rest me brush arm on. I've got various sizes of brushes, some of which I've cut down a bit, you know, because I don't know what's wanted. How well do I know? You know. And yeah, from a distance, it can look pretty good. So maybe I'll leave it, I don't know. But the little writing, yeah. And I've tried doing the brigs up here. Look rubbish. I'm scared to even try the lettering, but I might try it because it's quite a bold typeface down there. I mean, well preserved. So I might try that. Oh, I don't know. What was I pointing there? Yeah, bold typeface down there. I don't know. Oh, it's stressing me out. I mean, it'd be good if I could do it, and I do need to practice this sort of thing for other projects. So yeah, I'll keep trying, see where we go, but I might have to wipe it off, or some of it off. Who knows. Okay, so this is how I'm attempting to do it. I'm not an artist, not formally trained, you know, in the arts. And someone can comment in if you like, can't they, and say, no, you should have used a number 3 mouse hair brush or something, or at least a number 2 midge hair for your bristles. Huh. And maybe I'll get better at it as I persist. I hope I'm in shot there. Camera around my neck. I don't want to muck it up, you see, because the lettering is quite clear. And elegant. And my painting might just turn it into into something less. It is, it's quite stressful. The care and precision, which I'm quite used to in my own craft and trade, but not with a brush. On a vertical face. On a gloomy day, and it's November now as well, so it's a little cool, but it's not bad. Yeah, I think it was in July when I did the green coats. I think the second coat, if I haven't already said, the second coat, I think I almost used the Rust-Oleum Neat. I might have put like 1/5 or 1/6 part of white spirit in as a thinner, because whilst I wanted a good coat, at the same time I didn't want to, fill the lettering crevices in with splodges of paint and sort of obscure the art of the mould maker. Oh. The craft of making the moulds. As I've begun to muck that letter up, you see. I think I'll have to wipe that off. I'm not happy with that. I'll do that now. There, oh, get a fresh one. Yeah, how's that? Who, me? Never touched it, Gov. Never touched that letter, that number, I mean. Wasn't me. Maybe I'm gaining a little bit of confidence as I go along. But right close up, like we are, camera, you and I can see its glaring little deficiencies, and you know, it does offend my eye. Let's sort of go on that 3, let the 0 just dry off a little bit. I tell you, this rubber end, that's just a bit of old bicycle inner tube, sort of tacked there and turned inside out. It's maybe not sticky enough. Should have warmed it up before bringing it out. Get better traction. Oh, slipped again. Press harder on it. Ah, well, you can see that's a 3, can't you? Again, it looks sketchy, you know, a bit Halloween outline. Got some bracket going on. What do you think? Don't like it. I mean, yes, it highlights the fact it's a number 3, but you know, I'm not pleased with the outline. Try this blinking 0 again. I'm scared. Again, it's going a bit squiffy. Not liking it. Oh, shucks. Gone a bit off-piste. Stressing me out. Stressing me out. No, it's not, but it does feel tense, knowing that you can muck something up completely, which is what I'm probably doing. Let's have a look at it from a little bit of a distance. See if I can live with it or not. Yeah, see that brush? I just felt miles too big. I think I used it on these big crayon size, but these little ones, yeah, scary. Scares me. let's just back off, buddy, see what it looks like. What do you think? Yeah, that stands out pretty good from, let's think, that's about 2.5 meters back. Yeah, I'm still not hugely impressed, but let me just check that number. Yeah, 42803. Yeah, registered design number 42803. A bit stressed. Let's see if we can improve anything without mucking it up. Yeah. Can I improve anything here? Oh, bloody hell, it's too slippy. It's too slippy, that thing. I don't know what to suggest. Oh, so tiddly widdly. Tiny little letters. I don't think I'm brave enough for the stuff at the top. And maybe it's the stance I have to be in to get up there, because I'm sort of more kneeling than sitting or something. Well, again, this is Rust-Oleum paint. Just a white gloss. Yeah. Looks horrible close up, but a little bit back, a little bit away. It's got more promise, you know. So when you do it, it looks freaking awful, excuse my language. But to anyone passing by, they might think, it looks alright, you know. These brushes, I think the paint, I don't know. I'm not blaming my tools, I'm blaming myself, but the paint feels a little bit thick. But you wouldn't want it thin either, because if it were to run, that would be a disaster. It's a bit cold, so the viscosity of the paint is probably quite, is it high or low? It's not very runny anyway. It's thickened just because of the coolness of the air. Yeah, that's all good practice for me. I've got plenty of little numeral painting projects in my near future. So I do want to do this. I'll break the ice with it. Yeah, I think I'll only do one of these. And maybe not even the full one, because like I say, those top letterings, I'm finding that hard. Maybe it's because the lettering is the least distinct up there to start with. Kadoosh. Oh man. Oh. Well, do you know what? I think I'll quit while I'm ahead. I don't know if I'm brave enough to try this again, but I might pluck up the nerve and improve it, or I don't know. I've certainly learned that it's difficult, and perhaps best not undertaken unless you know you're proficient in these things. And in any case, I've seen no evidence at all to suggest that the letters were picked out different to the main body of the ash door. So just to reiterate, I'm only doing this to showcase and highlight that these doors are a thing worthy of respect, in my opinion, because they record an epoch in our social urban history. And I'll explain more about that in a subsequent video. So I think I'll end this video here. If I do come and paint any more, I'll put up a photograph rather than a video just to see where I got to. I'll do a separate piece justifying why and how I know that it was green, and then I'll do another video sometime about what the purpose of these were and what role they played in the urban development. So, thank you very much for watching, and I hope that hasn't been too boring. Please give us a thumbs up, subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of thing, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye, thank you.